So it's a video out. It's going crazy on my feed, right? I know everybody got their own algorithm, so you see what you look at. But it's going crazy on my feed. I've seen it a bunch of times. It's got this lady in it. This lady, she's Caucasian. And on the video, they show her run up on these people's porch. She's frantic. She got her babies with her. She's trying to get attention. And then you hear in the background somebody say, "Are you looking for someone?" And so she walk up to the edge of the porch and she like, "Is this your house?" And you hear the guy say, "Yeah, it's my house." And the lady say, "Well, I don't believe you. I don't believe that." And she take off running. I think she even left one of her kids. While she running, you can hear her screaming, "Help, help, help, help." And then she come back. And the reason you can see this is because of the ring cam. She come back a few seconds later, and I found out later that she had her husband with her. And she was trying to explain. She said she was walking along. She seen the car behind her, then the car slowed down and it freaked her out. Now everybody is going in on this lady. Everybody going in, which I can understand why. It's justified because she could have got this guy killed, man. You know, she could have got this guy killed just because she was scared. But I don't think she was trying to be some type of way. The sad part about it is, and the truth of the matter is, we scare white people. We do. We scare white people, man. We do. And I blame her parents, I blame her environment, and I blame the media. Because the media puts it in everybody's head that we ain't up to no good. They parents, from a young age, probably embedded in that girl that we ain't up to no good. And then she live in an environment where she probably don't even deal with white folk. It's crazy because she literally could have got this guy killed. This woman was scared for her life. She thinking, how dare this black guy be pulling up slow? How you gonna be pulling up slow to your house? You can't do that. You suspect. I just got finished watching that movie. It's an old movie. Well, it ain't that old. It just not came out not too long ago, but it's older now. It's Emancipation with Will Smith. Me, my nephew, my brother. Sitting up over my brother's house, we watching this movie. And in the movie, there's a scene where this family is about to sit down to like tea or breakfast or brunch or something on their front porch. And in the movie, it's this little girl. She couldn't have been no more than about 5 years old. And while they praying or whatever, saying grace, she see Will Smith run across the field. If y'all don't know, Will was a slave in the movie who was escaping. And without a second thought, she looked up and started screaming, "Runner, runner, runner." And before I could say anything, my nephew said, "Damn, they teach them at a young age, don't they?" And I'm like, "Damn, nephew, you took the words right out of my mouth. You can't even get mad at the little girl." Because that's what they were taught, bro. That's what they were taught. You see a black guy running, you better alert the authorities. You tell everybody. And that's the type of world we still living in today. What was my man's name who was running and they lynched him? Same thing. You can't be running. What you running for? You suspect. You can't even be walking. You know? And that's the sad part. That's the sad part, man. It's still the same. It's still the same. This lady, in the back of her mind, she was about to get all kind of done dirty. And all my man was doing was pulling up to his house. He like, "Man, I'm slowing up because I'm looking at my lights, my Christmas lights and shit. I'm looking at my decorations. I asked you, was you looking for somebody? I told you this was my house." But how was she to know that? If he was a criminal, you know, and he was trying to do something to her, do you think he would have been like, "No, this ain't my house"? She was scared. It's just sad that that's the world that we live in. It's sad. It really is, man. That's crazy to me. I tell you what, I hate to even think about what would have happened if they didn't have a door cam. You know what I mean? And his wife, who was in the house, didn't come out. Because his wife did come out and was like, when she was trying to explain, he pulled up and she like, yeah, well, that's my husband. That's why, you know. But I just hate to think about it, man. Because just because she was scared, he could have very well lost his life. Because if they didn't have no ring cam and the cops pulled up, they wouldn't have been trying to listen to what their brother had to say. They wouldn't have been trying to hear, oh, you live here. They wouldn't have been trying to hear that, man. They would have got that information all after he was unalive. You know what I mean? That would have came after the fact, and then they would have went home and ate steak, and everything would have been fine. But it's just sad. It's just crazy. It's sad. Anyway, um, I forget the lady's name. I think it's Michelle Brooks or something like that. But yeah, check that video out. Check that video out for yourselves and see what y'all think about
it. Chasing her, following her is what I said. I use word chasing, following me, and so she said, I jumped out of the car and I said, I'm so sorry. I said, literally, I was pretending that your house was my house. I was walking up the driveway, and then I was like turning in. I was pretending that it was yours. And she goes, yeah, that was my husband. And so he ends up coming out and he's like, I told you this was my house. And at that point, I literally started, I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I am so sorry. And I told him, I said, sorry. I said, I'm so sorry. And then, I said, this is your house. That was my words. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, this is your house. I said, I truly kept thinking like, maybe this is his house. Maybe this is his house. And he says, well, I told you this was your house. And I said, you have to understand. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, it was such an awkward encounter. I said, the truck was like starting to slow behind me. And I'm out here with my little girl and my son, and I said, I'm a mom, and it was dark. And he said, but I told you that this was my house. He says, I was driving slow because I was looking at my Christmas lights. And once again, I said, I am so sorry.